Time is weird, like super weird. It ebbs, it flows, it brings people together, and it tears them apart. You know what else does that? Love. And Half Past Fate is about both of these things. As you can probably tell from my rather cryptic intro, this is a very story-heavy game, so spoiler warning ahead. This adventure meets rom-com game follows the lives of 6 strangers over a period of 8 hours to 8 years as they meet, grow, and fall in love. It's all very unapologetically sappy, which my mushy little heart is 100% here for. Our story, or rather stories, take place in the most ordinary of locations. Raiden, the vice president of the company Oros, meets Mara, a CEO of a startup, in a coffee shop. Anna, a tea connoisseur and intern, shows Jaren, a game store employee and all-around giant nerd, the wonders of a local tea festival. And love blossoms in a local park for college students Bia and Milo. It's very slice of life, which I love because I'm a big ol' snoop. The characters themselves are also very real, with personalities and quirks that you might see in yourself or in your friends, which makes guiding them on their quest for love that much more engaging and enjoyable. One of my favourite parts was hunting down clues as Jaren in order to find Anna in Little Tokyo after he loses the phone number she'd just given him. Talking to shop owners and strangers to get information, usually at the cost of helping them with their own problems, while a bit silly, still made me feel like an amateur detective trying to get to the bottom of a mystery. The gameplay itself is more in line with a point-and-click game. You have an inventory, which you'll fill up with items you collect in each area you explore. So the task just becomes working out where they'll best fit in each scenario. Getting a group of teenagers to move out of the perfect shot isn't as easy as just asking them. They are straight up the worst. You've got to get their grandparents to come over and gross them out, which they won't do until you get rid of the ducks they're distracted by. Because there often aren't that many people or objects to interact with, it's not difficult to work your way through the many layers that make up your overall goal. Which sometimes made things feel like they were dragging on a bit, but it's never boring, and that's the important part. It's also gorgeous to look at. I've always loved pixel art, and here it is a feast for the eyeballs, with a seamless meld of 2D and 3D environments. It makes even the most ordinary locations and exchanges feel magical. There's such attention to detail that you may not even notice on your first playthrough. I started recognizing faces I'd seen in other stories popping up in my current one, normally just in the background or in passing mention, but it all plays into the story's overarching idea that fate connects us all. Which is a nice message, even if you don't believe it. Overall, this is a fairly short experience, only clocking in at about 4 or 5 hours, but it has stuck with me ever since I finished. The writing is funny and sweet, the characters are relatable, and visually it is dripping with charm. It's chill, laid back, and very dialogue heavy. But if you love stories and are a bit of a mushy sort like me, you'll be cracking smiles left and right. So I'm giving Half Past Fate 4.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.